How to market a public speaking course. My name's David Newton. I'm just going to give you today a case study, example by example, on how I've helped market for our club our public speaking course that we do, in this case, several times per year. Let's dive straight in. Now, just a bit of background. I've been helping out with our public speaking club with memberships, the membership growth, as well as helping out with the public speaking courses that we run throughout the year, and also some of the general operations of the club itself. As you may have heard in one of my earlier videos, public speaking is one of the top 5, or maybe you see top 5 or top 10 topics that is highly demanded as a course that people learn. We have a fairly organised structure for running our club courses, and this manual is a part of it. It's fairly detailed. There's quite a lot of work there done by our club president. And as a direct result of that, the club runs meetings where our particular course, which is held over 2 different Sundays, the first Sunday being to get into the start of the course, and there's a bit of homework in between that, and then 2 weeks later, the following Sunday, we have the follow-up session, which is also fairly structured, and certificates are handed out at the end of that particular day. So that's how it goes. Let's show you just how some of the mechanics of it works. Okay, like I said before, the seminar, in this case the public speaking course, is 2 days, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. The workbook is supplied. Lunch, tea and coffee is also supplied. We actually go to a nearby local restaurant, and it's very, very good meals and a good time that we get to actually mingle with each other when we actually go out to lunch together as well. And there's expert instruction as well as evaluations, and there is a certificate on completion. Okay, the next part. This is the landing page that we have on our website, our club website. Essentially what we've got is we've got a full explanation of what people get from the course, and they do actually have to fill out an enrolment form because we're not wanting just tire kickers or anybody. We don't have like a regular sales page that you would get, because this is a club type of scenario. So the landing page there is basically to answer every question, and we may call back some people in between, just help answer some of their questions. So it's a relatively simple process, and some of the people that come to us either arrive at the course via our website or the district website, and how I've been able to do this recently is through doing Facebook ads. Let's move on to the Facebook ads. This is a sample of the ad that I've used. Now, of course, I've done a few variations on this. This is only a very simplistic version. But once again, I'm explaining to people, from go to woe, what's involved in the course, what the actual days actually are, so that when they inquire, they already know up front what it is. So we're looking for people who have made their mind up, not just inquiring for the sake of inquiring, and we're not looking for tire kickers. And secondly, we want to propose this as, say, an end-line decision. We've got this course coming along. It's being held. Do you want to join us? That's essentially the 3 things that we're trying to communicate. Okay, let's move on to the numbers. Okay, as far as the vital stats goes, normally we would get around 16 people booked for the year. Sometimes that's been up to 24 people booked for the year. And this, once again, as I said before, it's just off the search engine optimization of the website and that of the district website for the course, because not many of the clubs actually run the course. Some do, and some do quite well. Okay, for this particular year, we got 35 booked, so that was way over above what we would normally get for a year. Our club memberships went up by 37% as a direct result, and our Facebook ad spend, once again, over the total year, and this probably also includes some of the ad spend that I've got for just simply promoting the Facebook page itself and some of the meetings. That was $488. Out of that, you've got a total revenue of $11,700, just to round things up. And after all the costs were taken out, there's room hire, cost of meals, cost of the ads, all those different little things. They all add up to something, of course. The total profit there that went to the club was $4,680, of which there is a 63% boost year on year. That's what the YOI means. 63% boost compared to what we had the previous year with how we ran it, which was pretty much a shoestring cost type of operation. So anyway, that gives you some kind of an idea as to what it is and some of the mechanics. Now, just to further on a little bit further from this, the key findings from this is the Speechcraft is, first of all, a well-known name to do with the club, because we're operating under the Toastmasters Club banner. Public speaking, as I said before, is a high demand topic, and you can't sell out a big room. In other words, no more than 12 people for the course. If you're looking at, say, a room that's much, much bigger than 12 people, a lot of people would have to wait a long time for getting their evaluations. It stretches out the lunch break and tea room breaks and the room higher length of time. In other words, people get fatigued if they're waiting around a long time for something to happen. So if you cap it at 12 people, you've got a better control and a better experience for those who are attending. Also, we focus the campaign on a small radius. So we're looking at people who are anywhere, say typically within the first 5 kilometres to maybe 20 kilometres max. As a direct result of the ads that I've ran, people may work in one area and live in another area. We had at I think it was the first or second course of the year that we ran, we had some people that travelled all the way from the Hunter Valley. So, they came 2 hours drive to get there. But, hey, there was 3 of them from one particular company, and they got some value out of it. But they saw the ads that we had placed within the metropolitan Sydney area. Okay, 5. Some of the participants became members after the course, and memberships do add to club revenues ongoing. So, there's always people coming, there's always people going. Our club, in this particular case, we moved from one suburb to a suburb much more closer to the city and closer to public transport, that being the suburb of Crow's Nest, which in Sydney is a lot more accessible than the previous location that we're at up at Roseville, past the Linfield area. So what does this mean for you? If you're running a course, maybe say on a local level, think about using some of the Facebook ads within a radius. I mean, you can actually select as one of the criteria to select with the ad to be displayed within a certain range or postcode area. And that's what I did for our local club. Now, running something like our particular public speaking course, it was a $390 course, which it did include lunch. It did include, we got morning tea and afternoon tea. People need a break when they're doing a course like this. There's an old saying that the mind can only learn what the bottom can endure. So you've got to give people breaks and reasonable breaks at that. I mean, these days everyone's glued to their phones, so they need to have a bit of time off to get all that sort of stuff done. Now, stick to the main topics. That's the big thing. If you stick to the main topics, you will make the whole thing work. This is David Newton speaking. Remember to like and subscribe. If you're doing something like this, please make a comment in the comments below. Love to hear from anybody else who's running courses and some of the ideas that you've got. Bye for now.